It's like an alien creature that lives inside of this. In the morning, when you're trying to get out the door, you want to like get it done and go. If you don't know me, I like to talk. I'm one of those people who talks a lot, and I have a lot to say. And so I want to go over some things today that I've been liking, that I've not been liking. I like to call it my Love It or Leave It series. And you know what? If you're new, not that anybody's new, if you happen to just, stumble across this video, my name's Leann. I have a tendency to make a fool out of myself. I happen to think I have a decent sense of humor. I make myself laugh, and occasionally I make, the people who watch me laugh. Why am I playing with this? I don't know. And I like to just have a lot of fun on here. I used to do a lot of hauls and lots of unboxings, but lately I do 1 or 2 unboxings, and I'm trying to come up with new and different ideas. I want to start doing, more Get Ready With Me's, because I want to talk to you guys. I have lots of stories that, could most certainly be extremely entertaining. So with that, hi, welcome. Thank you guys so much. You're all amazingly wonderful. So with this Love It or Leave It, I don't want to talk about too much because I think it gets overwhelming for everybody. But I picked out a couple of things. And the first thing I want to do is, you guys were so gracious enough to answer my community poll. Was it a poll? Was it a... Yeah, I think it was. But I want to start talking about the palettes that you guys chose. Today I happen to be wearing the Naked Reloaded palette. I always loved the Urban Decay Naked palettes because some were fuzzy, some were metal, some were a little bit different, and this one is squishy and cushiony. I have the original Naked palette, and I was excited to get the Reloaded palette. I think I got a pretty look on my eyes. I'll tell you ones that I used, and I've done several looks. If you notice, they have these 2 colors on either end that are a little bit bigger because I think they're intended to be your base colors. They are very smooth and soft. Would you look? I have 2. I was wondering what happened to my scrunchie. I forgot it was on the other arm. I'm telling you, people, I'm telling you. You can see the lighter color here, and this one is on the end. It's really just a more peachy color. Today on my eyes, I am wearing this one as a crease color. Really the standout color, I think, as far as the mattes go. It was bright, it was very pigmented, and it was very easy to blend, or at least I thought so. I did use both Blur and Bribe on my eyelid all over as kind of just a base, which again, I think that was intended for. Then I have Bucked a little bit as a transition color. For my outer corner, I did use this chocolate brown, which is called Endgame. Now you see how it went on. Now I can say I had maybe just the slightest bit of difficulty getting even pigmentation and an even blend. I don't want to blame it on the eyeshadow. I am going to blame it on one of the eyeshadows that I really struggled with, but that's just something I noticed that I don't have with other colors. The other ones that I tried were fine, especially the peach with the blending. For the outer half of my eye, where the chocolate, that brown color is, I did use this one here, Burn. And yes, I know I'm missing nail polish on both of my thumbs. That's a long story. We don't need to get into that one right now. This one went on extremely easily. It was very pigmented. I used a brush, and I think I got a very pigmented, intense look to it. Dream Weaver. I was very excited about that one. It intrigued me, but I had a very hard time applying it. Now you see how it goes on my finger, not intensely at all. When I used a brush, it really didn't show up. When I applied it with my finger, it really didn't show up well. See it there? Now, I don't think it's meant to be a topper. It doesn't have the texture of a topper. And I haven't had this palette for very long. And when I run my finger over it, it does have a bit of a strange texture. Now I just dug my finger into it and I got a little bit more of an intense color. But you see, it looks kind of muted. and that's not how it comes off in the pan. I have done several looks. I say that if you like the palette, I always suggest getting things on sale. I don't know if I would pay the full price for this. Nobody needs it, but if you wanted it, it is a really pretty palette. My links are magic links, which means they are commissionable links, which means if you purchase through them, I do get a commission for it. I just got this in my, I said boob box. I was going to cut that out, but that's just too funny. Trend Mood Box. This is from Soft Services. Now, if you watch my other video, I'm going to link it up there. I was a complete idiot in trying to figure out, how this whole thing worked. It was comical. This is the clearing mist, and it's meant to be for your body. I was very excited about this because it's a spray, and I don't have to try to reach. The problem is, it has a nice fine mist of a spray. But in order to get your back, you have to do this, to spray your back. And whenever I did this, to spray my back, it wouldn't spray. I have to figure out how to manipulate my arms to try to get this to work. Do I have a faulty one? So if you got the Trend Mood Box, I would be very curious to hear your thoughts on it again, because I want to use it because it sounds really good. This I got, in one of my boxes, probably the Icon box when Danessa Myricks curated it, This is her Dew Wet Balm, and it's in rose water. The packaging is gorgeous. Now, look at how weird that looks. It really is like a balm. Not the psh balm, but you know what I mean. And I don't know, it gets this weird coloration when you swirl your finger in it. That, I'm glad I didn't do it on the other. That's what it looks like on my finger. And I was impressed at how pigmented it was. Now, the funny thing is, sometimes I will use this underneath my foundation on my cheeks and a little bit over here for a little bit of glow. And when I put it on my bare face, boy, it takes a little bit to rub it in and you can see it. When I tapped it on today, on top of everything, I wanted it to look that intense, but if you look at it, you can barely see it. And I applied it 3 times. I used my finger, of course, because of the texture. I don't think a beauty blender would apply it well. I think it's made for your fingers. Now watch. You can see that. Oh geez, look at the black on my finger. I mean, it's pretty, but it's subtle. And I'm not mad at it at all because sometimes I really do enjoy subtle. I'm just surprised that you can see it because of my lights. Let me turn it down a little bit. Yeah, you can see it a little bit better now. It's intense in my hand and on my finger, and yet didn't go on my cheek that way. Again, it doesn't bother me. I was just surprised by it. I'm so mad. I got 2 new sunscreens and I liked them both. Do you think I can find the other one? No. But I do really like this. I got this in maybe the Trend Mood Box also. This is from Vacation, the Shake Shake SPF 50 Mineral Sunscreen. As you can hear, it's extremely liquidy. I like that aspect because it does show up white, but that doesn't last long. It is so easy to rub in, just leaves a little bit of glow, but this works beautifully underneath my makeup, and I'm so happy because the last 3 sunscreens that I got in boxes or whatever are good as sunscreens, but not under my makeup, and that's really what I need on a daily basis. So I really like this. I think it's pretty expensive, which doesn't make me happy. I think they sell it at Ulta. Can I say anything else that I'm really not sure of? Let's stick on the sunscreen train, topic, something like that. So that word would be page or track, like one of those. This is another one. It does work underneath my makeup. I am wearing it today. This is the kINSHIP Self Reflect Rose. It does have a bit of a rose scent, but again, it's not bothering me. This is a zinc oxide broad spectrum, and it's 32. Now, maybe because it's the zinc oxide, it has a pretty like light pinky peach color, but this takes so freaking long to rub out. It's on the thick side, but you would think it's not like this heavy texture. But when I was rubbing it onto my face, obviously you have to use quite a bit, not just what I use there. But I'm rubbing and rubbing and rubbing and rubbing, and then I had to really rub around my hairline because it was leaving that white pinky texture. Just using a little bit, it again melts. Oh my goodness gracious, it applies really nicely.
Low aphasia, the word is blends.
But the amount that I put on today, I just didn't want to spend that much time rubbing it in. So I will definitely still use it, but more so on days that, I'm not pressed for time. This one irked the bejeebies out of me, and I love it. It is the Keys Soulcare Perfect Your Light Daily Moisturizer. It's SPF 30. I found that I can put this on heavier. I don't think I really need any other moisturizer underneath this. I can get away with just this. I had ordered this from Ipsy as an add-on, again, because I've been using sunscreen a lot, and I'm going through it rather quickly. Don't ask me why I was expecting something a little bit larger, considering how Ipsy has been changing their prices around. Great sunscreen. Just don't buy a sample from Ipsy. Go get it free in Sephora or something. Everything that I'm talking about seems to have come in my icon box. This is the one size liquid eyeliner, and I got it in brown. Now I'm wearing it today. First of all, I love the packaging. It's beautiful, and this is a little indented so you can hold the eyeliner. It does make maybe that's because it's on top of the sunscreen. Alright, wait. I was like, it does make really nice lines. Alright, it made better fine lines before. Maybe it's because I wasn't storing it upside down. Here's the issue. I don't know if it works with my brown eyes. I don't think it's intense enough because of the brown look. Maybe if I just had a nude color on and maybe a little bit of shimmer or something, the eyeliner might stand out more and it might look better. But I look forward to your opinion about that, honestly, because I think, especially with my brown eyes, it's just my eyes aren't standing out, if you know what I'm trying to say. Here's another palette. Now, I got this in my Beautylish Lucky Bag, and I was excited to get it, and then I struggled with it. This is the Danessa Myricks Groundwork Defining Neutrals. Everyone was very excited for this palette. First of all, aesthetically, it's beautiful. You got your little placard there. Very nice texture. What I can't handle, number one, is the smell. This has the most awful chemical smell that actually it nauseates me when I have it close to my face. And even while I'm trying to put it on my eyes, I still get that smell. Is that what it's supposed to smell like? Or am I just overly sensitive to it? I was hoping to be able to use this like for my brows. I can't really find a good combination. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and that's too frustrating for me when I'm talking about trying to do my brows on the quicker side. As it is, it takes me a little bit of time, especially in the morning, to try to get the nice shape that I want to get. The thing about this palette is where you see all of like the dips and indentations, those are cream. They're very putty-like, and next to it has a slightly different corresponding color that's a powder. Now you can see when you put your finger in it, it smushes. You can see how much of this one smushed. It looks like a melting clay statue or something. Let me get this sunscreen off of my hands so we can get an accurate depiction of the product. It's not overly intense. I think, is it meant to be just a base? See, now when I looked up videos about this palette, they made it look good. I don't know. Here, let me do the powder. The powders are very nice. Putty on first and then like the other one on top. I mean, it makes it a little bit darker. I do like the black as a nice base for maybe a shimmer. It reminds me of the Pat McGrath Dark Magic. And now let me put the powder on top of it. The powder works pretty decent as a liner. What am I doing, for goodness sakes? As a liner, if I don't want to use a liquid liner. Let me put it on top of the cream. How bit of a YouTuber am I, let me tell you. This one is even more mushy-gushy than the others. The colors just don't work well, maybe on my complexion. I'm really not sure. I wanted this one to work because this is a tone that I do like, but it looks weird on my eyes. And that's the powder. What a horrible place to swatch. I don't know. Again, maybe I have to watch some more tutorials. Maybe I need to go on to not Pat McGrath's. She's not going to do much for it. Danessa Myricks' website and see if there's videos. I want to enjoy it, I said, but the smell, it literally makes me dizzy and nauseated sometimes. I like the concept, and I know that she came out with another one with different colors, almost more eyeshadowy colors. Oh, and they also say you can use this on your face. Maybe I could try one of them as a contour. Okay, see, after smelling that, it literally choked me. I'm going to cut out the coughs. But if you look at my eyes, you can see how much I just coughed. Oh, don't inhale it. I should have known better. Technically, this is supposed to be more skincare than sunscreen, but if you look at the ingredients, it's predominantly a sunscreen. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream Light. This is a glass bottle.
I'm sorry that I have to keep jumping in while I edit, but I found something interesting. When I went onto the Charlotte Tilbury website to find the price of this cream, it was 1.7 ounces for $100. Not that I could go out and purchase it, but it is a nice cream. When I looked at the bottle to see what it was, this one that I'm holding in my hand is 1.6 ounces. Why is there that discrepancy? Was this made specifically for BoxyCharm? I really look forward to your thoughts.
And it does have a pump. And I like using this. It will show up white on your skin and you have to rub, rub, rub. Again, with the little bit here, it's not really bad. Less moisturizing, obviously, than the regular Magic Cream. That one is on the much thicker side. In the morning, when you're trying to get out the door, you want to like get it done and go. This is the Foxy Bay brush. I think this came in either a hair straightener or a curling iron, and it was from like a Boxy Luxe or something. And it's meant to be like a wet brush. You don't buy a metallic one. Do you see that? This is not the actual color. It's just a coating. The coating comes off and you either have it in your hair or, as I said, you have it on your hand. And then I made the mistake. I went to go do my makeup and then I have these little specks of gold on my face. It's a shame. I hate getting rid of a brush. So this one was very disappointing. Okay, I had started to talk about these in my last video, I think, talking about products, but City Beauty was so gracious enough to reach out to me and want to send me some of their products. I said this in a video before, but I think I cut it out because I was going to do like a whole video by itself. But as you can see, this is an empty. This is the under eye recovery treatment. I finished it up. I really enjoyed that one. But the one that they sent me was the lid lifting treatment. I also bought this myself and I used it up. And so when they reached out to me, it's not like I hadn't used their products before. I've used their City Lips, but when I first got the City Lips, it was a clear one, which is what this one is. I think that's all they had. And now they've come out with so many more colors. I think it does make a difference. It has a really nice texture. These are the 3 colors that they sent me. I think the clear, or this one has a little bit of sparkle to it, is my favorite. This one still looks good. This one, the color isn't quite right for me, but I'm going to try them all on so you can see them. It doesn't really have a scent. But take a look at my lips. I think that there is a difference. It's not sticky. It doesn't give me that gloopy, stringy thing. This one kind of sinks into your lips. It's starting to tingle a little bit, but really for me, even though I like that tingle, it is not that intense as a couple of the other ones that I have that I really happen to enjoy too. I'm sorry, even with my glasses on, I cannot read it. I will put the colors on the screen. See, this one just has a slight tinge. See, it's just subtle enough, I think. Now, this last one, as I said, is not my favorite, but I think that's predominantly because it's not my color. I will be excited to actually purchase some more colors when I'm able to. They're not super cheap, but they're no more expensive than some of the other ones that are out there. See how much pigmentation that one has. I think the others are more sheer. This one has some color. It is a really, really beautiful color. It's not patchy, it's much more opaque, but it doesn't have that like milky appearance where it looks a little bit weird on your lips. Again, just not the color for me. But I mean, you can tell me no, you can tell me yes in the comments. Again, I don't mind, but you know what my lips have looked like. After the 3 of them I put on, I absolutely see a difference in them. This one gets on my teeth. So now this lid lifting treatment, I love this stuff. You have to put this on before you put any other cream on. And I'm afraid to like waste any of it, but I'm going to show you. It is on the thicker side. You're supposed to put this on your lid and on your brow bone. And it has a bit of a tacky texture. I put it on my lid and then I push up as I'm patting it in, and I am telling you, at least temporarily, it lifts and gives me a little bit more lid space because again, my eyes have gotten hooded as I've gotten older. When I run out, I'm really going to want to buy more because I really do love it. And I'm so extremely grateful to City Beauty for sending me these products. I think I'm only going to talk about a couple more products because I said this wasn't going to be long, but because I'm such a chatterbox, it gets long. This one I am so not happy with. It is from V Cosmetics. This is supposed to be a color corrector for underneath your eyes. From the moment that I received it, I was confused. There's nothing to shake. It has a doe foot applicator, but I just want you to look at the texture. It separates, it has a moussey texture and yet oily. I don't know if, can you see the oil slick that's surrounding the actual pigment and color? It goes on in the weirdest way. It doesn't really do much under your eyes because it like slips and slides and it's patchy. It separates. The patchiness, there's the patchiness. I'm going to take a picture of it. It showed up all patchy and you're going to be able to see how it looks when you first swipe it on. It's bizarre. It's like an alien creature that lives inside of this. And boy, is that disturbing. I had gotten this in a box. Of course, because you know I'm not going out and buying any makeup. This is from Pink Lips. It is a bronzer stick or a contour stick in latte. I was so pleasantly surprised about this. The color is really nice. It goes on smoothly. It blends beautifully. I don't need very much. I put it just like over here, but noticeable contour to my cheeks without looking muddy or corpse-like. I do have some other ones that are either too gray or too orange or too bronze. I need to go through my bronzers because there's so many of them that I try to make work and they're just not working. And so why the heck am I keeping them? And am I thinking that miraculously somehow they're going to jump out and work on me? That's where I'm going to stop for now. Obviously, I will do another one of these because I still have a bin full of stuff. I said to myself, that's not a lot. But I lied. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate you. You are all amazingly wonderful, and I'm so grateful for you. Did I say that already? I don't know, but I will see you soon in my next video. Much love. Bye. Yeah, that's going into the bloopers reel. I want to start I just got this in my trend boot